Frost.
Hi, my name is Anna.
And I'm Peyton.
And today, what are we doing today?
Today we are finding out why we must love On and Off. I've really been waiting to say that since we found out we were reacting to these.
I don't know you. Just kidding.
Anyways, today we are back with another set of requested reactions to a group that we found out about and we're very impressed with on Road to Kingdom, On and Off. We will be reacting to two of their music videos today. The first one is We Must Love, 사랑하게 될 거야, and the second one is Why.
Anyways, let's get started and go. So we've heard that they have like good... This was my favorite of their Road to Kingdom performances. What is the story?
I don't know, but we've been told so many times that their stories are like music videos are super complex, so...
Are they in like a futuristic world? Also, this is gonna be interesting because Peyton can recognize like all of them and I can only recognize Hyojin and Wyatt.
They look really good.
Oh.
I love it.
Oh, that was nice. The sort of whisper spoken part. Peyton loves Hyojin.
I really like how they keep going back to where they're just doing the dance with like the black and the white behind.
What is the motorcycle boy?
That was dance.
Oh, that look in the eyes. What the heck? Wait, but I'm like intrigued but confused. Is that a barcode tattoo on his neck or am I going crazy?
I think it's a barcode tattoo because remember when we watched the Into the New World, like VCR?
Oh. I'm just like, I want to understand the story, I swear.
He looks so good with brown hair.
I don't know that, I don't know.
That was
who
JS, the one that wrecked me in.
Peyton, calm yourself.
Make me laugh. We're finally reacting to age-appropriate idols.
I know, I just keep clowning you, I'm sorry. Huh? What's happening? Oh, is he fake? He's a hologram? Wait, what? Oh, high note.
It's gotta...
Wait, I'm so confusion.
Alright, Fuse is watching this. Explain, please.
Oh. So, who's real and who's fake? I'm so confused.
I love that one. The 사랑하게 될 거야.
Compared to the rest of them?
Yeah. We must love.
Peyton, how are you doing?
I love them. So I want to talk about the music video because this is supposed to be a music video reaction, but I don't understand the storyline, so I feel like I can't. We were told going into these reactions that they have like really complex storylines, so please help. Because I genuinely want to know, like I'm actually genuinely curious. But I will say about the music video, they all looked really good. Personally, my favorite styling was the dance part where they were wearing like the white shirts and the ties and they looked very high class. Dance-wise though, I went back while we were taking our break and I watched the music video performance version. Okay, first of all, this is like such a small moment, but at the very, very end, they do a pirouette and it's perfect. So they do a turn with one leg up and they all do it together and they spot their heads and they all turn in perfect synchronization and then they land together and my heart was just like, I love it. I also really liked the use of the duet moments that they had during the dance. I thought that was really cool, especially because there are several times in the song where they're doing almost like a conversation, like singing back and forth between two members, and that's reflected in the dance, and that was really, really cool. I also really liked the juxtaposition of the suspended movements that they did with the really, really quick movements. And this dance is really music driven, which when I say it like that, it sounds really dumb, because you're kind of like, oh, of course it is, you're dancing to music. But let me explain. What I mean is, sometimes when you watch choreography, like they don't quite match up because you're not taking into consideration like the lyrics, or you're just like, oh, I want to put this here. But this was like really interesting because they're really like picking and choosing which parts of the instrumental to highlight. And I can't tell you exactly which instruments they're highlighting, but there's a lot of like harder beats that they do really, really quick movements to. And then those will continue, but they'll suddenly be doing a suspended movement that highlights a different instrument that's like slightly under it. Anna, please help me because you look very pained when I'm talking about this. Oh, okay, this is a better way to put it. She had a light bulb moment. So there's a lot of like small details in the instrumental, and usually when you're watching choreography, the choreography follows the melody line, or it follows like what they're singing. That's the movement style that they're picking, but instead, when you go back and watch it, they're actually kind of jumping around which parts of the song to highlight. So sometimes it's the melody, sometimes it's like a beat that's happening underneath, sometimes it's just a small like instrumental flourish or something. And so I thought that was really interesting because that's not something that happens a lot in choreography. Usually you're just going by the melody or by like the most prominent part of the instrumental. So I really liked that. Also, I really like this song. Like, I really like this song. Okay, Anna's turn.
So like one of the moments that I kind of did in the reaction, but like I thought was like moment was right before the first chorus. I don't know who says it, but he says like 그게 말이야. It like goes completely silent, and then you just hear his spoken voice saying 그게 말이야, and then it like goes back into the chorus. 너 날 사랑하게 될 거야. Right? I just thought it was really impactful because like the use of silence, and then I don't know, just like the way that he said it was really good too. And then I thought it was really cool because at that same corresponding moment right before the second chorus, during that silence they say something else, and then instead of complete silence before the chorus comes back in, there was like this straight tone pitch sort of techno sound, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. The thing that made it so much more impactful was because at that same exact moment in the music video, the scene switches, so it's only like this light shining through, like this beam of light shining, and I was like, because that's basically what it was in the music, like straight beam of light shining through, versus like the straight pitch tone shining, like coming through in the silence. Another thing that I thought was really, really cool, and I really, really liked, was how they keep using the same theme throughout the whole song. The do-do-do-do, that line, you hear it in the instrumental and also when they're singing, and it's used not in just corresponding parts in the song, but like all throughout the song. So you hear it in the chorus in the instrumental where it goes like da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da, 사랑하게 될 거야, right? So you hear it then, but then also in the beginning of the song, in the beginning of the verses, I don't know what the words are, but it's like da-da 같은 da 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 da, right? And I was like, oh, that's so cool. And then the last thing that I want to say was vocals, and is it, who's doing the high note? Is it Hyojin that's doing the high note? Okay, I just wanted to be sure. And he's doing it on a he, on an e sound vowel. You can like hear how he adjusted to sing that high note, and it was very, very beautiful because instead of just singing he like an e sound, it has a little bit of an I sound to it. He's like getting taller, creating more space, adjusting his mouth and everything, and like lifting his soft palate so that he can like, it'll resonate more, but also it just like won't be strained. So they like adjust as he goes higher. So yeah, that was just something that I noticed, and it was like good technique thing, so I wanted to say it. But that being said, I'm done now.
Okay, next video. Second video that we will be reacting to is why?
Lego. Question, is the story for this one also connected to the story for the last one?
They're in... It looked like the Jetsons. They had like flying cars. Oh, maybe.
Is it just one large story arc? Oh. Oh. It is connected.
I love his voice.
Is he coding?
It's like a spy.
Ah.
They used a lot of these scenes in the VCR for new or for 심세계.
Wait. Oh my gosh, what is this rap? Huh? Oh, what? What is this line?
Oh, I don't like those masks. Oh wait, it's them. They have like two versions of themselves? What?
Hmm? Oh, build up. Wow, this build up. That's interesting. Huh?
His voice sounds like gravelly.
What is that? Literally, what is that instrument? It's gonna bother me. Who's in there? It's reversing.
Oh, best friends don't fight.
Aang.
Oh, I don't like the masks. The key.
What is this key?
Wait,
Oh,
it's
that's
like
creepy.
the key from the Road to Kingdom stage though. Did they continue the storyline in Shinsege? The box!
Hey, and I'm saying that these are all connected.
But they continued it even in Road to Kingdom.
Yeah.
Oh, it's Inception.
Is it?
No, but like the folded city is an Inception.
Oh, what is on his back? What? Oh wait, that's the box that was in the Road to Kingdom performance. Okay.
That's what I said!
Sorry. I was like really focused. I was distracted. What
The
instrument
barcode.
is that?
Whoa.
That's bothering.
So my comment's actually gonna be pretty quick just because you don't see any of the dance in the music video. So even though I did go back and watch the dance on like a live stage fan cam, I don't want to talk about it too much just because it's literally not included in what we reacted to. In terms of what we actually reacted to, the music video, like we said, okay, so we've figured out that the storyline is carried through. It was even carried through into their Road to Kingdom performance, but now we just need the help of everyone watching this with what the actual storyline is, and it occurred to me that we're probably missing the first half of it since we started with 사랑하게 될 거야. So if we need to just watch the others, just let us know. Just a couple of things that I really want to point out about the choreography, even though it wasn't in the music video because I really liked it. Oh my gosh, they get serious hang time at the beginning of the chorus. They do one of those jumps. You would know it if you saw it, Anna. It's where they jump up and then they like pop their foot out at the same time, so you kind of like jump and pop. But they all like hang. And I was like, wow, that's really cool, because the word they're saying when they do it also hangs and then goes into it. It was just really, really cool. Also, they do this head thing during Wyatt's rap, where in the music video, it's the part where I was like, ooh, his voice sounds gravelly. The rest of them are doing this head thing that like bounces. It's such a weird illusion because it looks almost like their heads have kind of like disconnected. It's really cool and it fit really, really well, especially with the texture that's going on right there. And then I also found it really interesting because one thing that I noticed, they don't really dance in the same style as B1A4. Like there's a couple of moments where like you can tell that they've had the same training, but I just found that really interesting because I feel like usually when we watch groups where we know like their senior group or they're from, we know like the company style, you can at least see it kind of like carried through a little bit. But they don't really have the same movement style, and I'm kind of fascinated by that. And I'm wondering if it's because there's so many years in between the B1A4 training period and their training period, or the fact that I know a lot of them danced like growing up. But yeah, song-wise and music video-wise, I can't really comment too much because there's just like not a lot in my area of expertise, but I can say that I really did like it. Like, so far this makes the second On and Off song that I've heard, and I've liked them both a lot. Okay, Anna, your turn.
I have like one thing that most of my comments are surrounded around, so before getting into that
you couldn't?
but I said, but before getting into that, I'm going to say a few other things first. About the music, I think it's really cool how the footsteps in the beginning of like when they're running, it like sort of blends into the beginning percussion of the song. So I wonder, are the footsteps just like something that was added for the music video, or is it part of the actual song? Also, I think it's really interesting how the song has been made to fit this like futuristic sort of dystopian music video concept that they have. And like, I don't just mean like the overall vibe of the song, but like little elements in the song as well. Like there are a lot of like little static noises in it. So like for percussion, instead of using like a drum, like a snare drum or something, or like a different kind of percussion sound, instead they use like static noises, and they sound like they give a similar effect because snare drums are like kind of like it feels like multiple things, and the static kind of has that sort of broken up sound. But I just thought that was really interesting because it like contributes to the whole like futuristic techno concept. They had a lot of like big moments of silence in the song, which was cool, like right before the chorus and then like around the end as well. There's been so many layers happening in the song, so it was like a very effective use of silence, because sometimes like songs use silence and I'm like, you didn't really need to, but I thought it was very good in this case. And then I was kind of confused by the ending, because the last note that they end on, I'm like, where is this in like the current key? What is happening? This doesn't make any sense. What? And then the last thing that I wanted to talk about, which was the whole time in the reaction, I was like, what is this instrument? What is this instrument? That instrument that I really don't know what it is still. The line that goes like, do, 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 do. That one, I hope you know what I'm talking about. It happens in the instrumental so much in the chorus. On first listen, I was like, oh, this sounds kind of like a trumpet, but like some sort of mixed effect put on top of it. And I was listening to it again, I was like, this most definitely is not a trumpet, because it doesn't have enough of like a brassy, like big sound to it. It sounds more like thinner, I guess. And I was like, it sounds kind of like a harmonica or like a kazoo, because it's kind of like sound. And I'm just like really confused. I'm like, what is this instrument? Oh my gosh. And I'm I am very distraught. I am very distressed. Someone please let me know what that instrument is if you know. But yeah, I think I'm done now.
Anna's about to kill me, everybody. These will be my final words. TLDR, On and Off told us that we must love, and now we know why.
Alright, cool, bye.
Anna doesn't appreciate my like dad jokes. In more seriousness, we both really enjoyed watching these. Anna loves 사랑하게, like she loves it. I'm just super happy that I can finally listen to more than just their Road to Kingdom songs, because now we've at least reacted to 2 of them. So now I can add it, because I'm very quickly, not so subtly, becoming a fuse if you've watched any of our videos. And yeah, we hope that you enjoyed this video as much as we enjoyed filming it. And if you did, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, turn on your notification bell, and bye-bye.